Okay, thank you, Joey. And this is the Board of Mayor and Alderman meeting for September the 12th. We're going to call the meeting to order. I'm going to call the roll. We're going to start out with Vice Mayor. Alderman Blanton. She's absent. Alderman Hanson. Absent. Alderman Peterson.
Here.
Alderman Berger.
Present.
Alderman Brown.
Present.
Alderman Baggett.
Present.
And Alderman Potts is here, but he is in transit from wherever he went. There he is.
Just in
Stay
time.
present and accounted for, and you are here, and the mayor's here also. So if we'll stand for the invocation from the vice mayor, and then I'll offer the Pledge of Allegiance after that.
Would you bow, please? Heavenly Father, we come to you in prayer tonight, thanking you and recognizing the great nation that we live in. We thank you for the guidance and for all the things that you do for us that we may not exactly understand the process, but we thank you for these. We also thank you for the event that we just had yesterday, the 9/11 commemoration. We know that there was thousands and thousands of people who suffered and are still suffering from this tragedy. We put our blessings on the first responders and those who answered this, and the first responders who protect our freedoms here locally. We also ask that you be with each of us as aldermen. The decisions we make, the guidance that we need from you, we ask that you bless us. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, please be seated. Next is an opportunity for people to speak, citizens to speak on items not on the agenda or items on the agenda. I have a number of speaker cards that we'll start out with tonight. First is Mindy Tate, who would like to speak, and then that'll be followed by Julian Bibb and Jay Sheridan and Lauren Ward. Mindy's presentation, I'm going to give her more than 2 minutes because this is something that's community focused. And where's Mindy? Behind me? Okay, don't mess up my notes.
Hi, thanks so much. And we do have some slides to show, and we are going to unveil the winning designs in our I Voted sticker design contest tonight. And we had over 500 people vote online when we put up the finalists for this category. And so we are really excited to announce the recipients in the youth and the adult category. And to clarify, we are going to print the top 2 designs in both the youth category and the adult category and provide those to the Williamson County Election Commission for use during the October election cycle. Franklin Tomorrow is a non-political organization, but this was a way we could be involved in the upcoming election. We also would encourage people to participate on October 2nd. We're hosting a candidates forum here at City Hall starting at 5:30 in this room. It will be televised and will be shared on social media, but you can also be present, and all candidates have been invited to participate. But on to the good stuff. We're going to show you the winning recipients, the winning designs here. In the youth category, first place goes to Maya Bowers. She's an 8th grader. And as you can see, she used a really colorful and bright design for her I Voted. Every sticker had to say I voted. We wanted them to have a date on them, but they can now, the Williamson County Election Commission is excited and is probably going to undertake to create another local sticker for next year's election cycle as well. But Maya is an 8th grader. And then Henley Harrington, she used her pencil drawings of some of our landmarks. And if you can't see, that include the Franklin Theater, the monument on the square, the factory water tower, and the Gray's historic sign. So we're going to print both of those and provide those. So those are the youth winners. And in the adult category, the top design was Michael Mateus. And Michael's design sort of is the Election Commission really likes this one, and it becomes the property, since it's been submitted, that could be used in a Williamson County election cycle as well. And so we're excited to have that one and possibly see it used more extensively. And then the runner-up is an anonymous submission, and you can see that it's kind of I checked that off my list with the I voted, and that one received a number of votes as well. And so we're excited to be able to do this, and we encourage people to participate and go and vote so you can get your souvenir sticker. And so that's what we have done with this contest, and we're excited to hopefully support the civic engagement process, because that is our mission, is to engage the community, foster collaboration, and then advocate for a shared vision for the future of Franklin. So thank you so much, and we hope to see those stickers all around town in the month of October.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to return to a seat and ask Julian Bibb, Jay Sheridan, and Lauren Ward to come up for 2 minutes each.
Thank you, Mayor and Board. I'm Julian Bibb at 918 Fair Street, and I'm here to enthusiastically support item 15, which is the Preservation Partners, the Franklin United Methodist Church, and the City of Franklin collaborative partnership to preserve this important area of Franklin. The work session discussion was excellent. It was just incredible to see the good comments made and the coming together on this important concept. For me, it's really exciting because back when we started Harlansdale and envisioned how Harlansdale would be developed and developed the initial master plan that took place very soon after the city acquired Harlansdale, this idea of expanding into Creekside and expanding the parks, the Harlansdale Park into other areas, is right in the master plan that was adopted by the city. This so fits that plan. I commend Franklin Preservation Partners for what they have done to make this opportunity of a public-private partnership available to all of us. Thank you very much.
Good evening. Jay Sheridan, 405 Robert Street. I currently serve as the board president for Friends of Franklin Parks, and wanted to quickly speak to the item related to the potential for the expansion of the park at Harlansdale Farm and preserving the Green Gateway at Matt Catcher and Franklin Road, and getting us to within striking distance of finally being able to access Roper's Knob. I wanted to note that next year, 2024, is not only Franklin's 225th birthday, but it's also the 20th anniversary of the acquisition of Harlansdale and the 30th anniversary of the acquisition of Roper's Knob. So what a birthday present it would be for the residents and visitors of Franklin to add at least 76 acres of parkland to our beloved Central Park at Harlansdale. We appreciate the need to continue adding to our incredible parks and trail system as our community grows. Earlier this year, Friends of Franklin Parks announced the establishment of the Fund for the Preservation of Open Spaces, as we understand that this burden cannot always be shouldered solely by taxpayers, particularly when opportunities for a visionary investment such as this emerge. So our objective is to be a part of the solution and to rally the private sector when needed to help make big things happen. So we want to express our interest in partnership on any additional fundraising that could be needed to maximize this generational opportunity to expand the park at Harlansdale Farm by nearly 40%, preserve the Green Gateway, and march toward public access to Roper's Knob. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Lauren Ward with Visit Franklin, 400 Main Street. I'm here to speak on agenda item number 15 as well. Research from visitors shows that they love our historic assets and scenic beauty, particularly preserved green space. Our community has always done a fantastic job of preserving important sites and land because we understand the value culturally and economically. As a city, we've done a tremendous job of investing not only in preservation, but connectivity as well. Franklin has become a much more walkable community in recent years. Our sidewalks and trails are well visited by visitors when they are here to see us. Franklin did not become the place it is by accident. We've become an extremely desirable place both to live and visit, as we all know, and this is because of great leadership, visionary investment, and collaboration between the public and private sectors. I personally have learned over the past year through my time in Leadership Franklin how our community is distinctive on many levels, especially our persistent desire to work together to make things happen. We now have the opportunity to add to our treasured assets, both historic and natural, and make them accessible to the public. Harlansdale is our central park and a chance to expand it by nearly 40% while preserving two of the oldest homes in the county, a historic racetrack, and 76 acres that have significance to the very first days of Franklin's story certainly excite us at Visit Franklin from a tourism perspective. As an organization, Visit Franklin wholeheartedly encourages this acquisition and believes it will pay dividends for generations to come. Thank you.
Okay, the next item on the agenda is any communications from the Williamson County Commission. I don't have any, and then we'll go to the minutes of August 22nd, 2023 work session and Board of Mayor and Aldermen. I would entertain a motion.
Move to approve.
Thank you. Seconded by Alderman Potts. Any discussion? Ready to vote? Vice Mayor,
Yes.
Alderman Peterson,
Yes.
Alderman Berger,
Yes.
Alderman Brown.
Yes.
Alderman Potts.
Yes.
Alderman Baggett.
Yes.
Passes unanimously. We'll now go to a proclamation. This proclamation has to do with suicide prevention. It's a very timely proclamation because I was just informed that by the chief the other day that we've had continued to have people that have attempted suicide in our community, and this should concern us all greatly. And that's one of the initiatives we've had in our community at Find Hope Franklin, is training our community to recognize what to say and what to do when somebody presents you with a potential thought that they may be committing suicide or thinking about committing suicide. There's a number of opportunities coming up tomorrow at the public meeting room at the police department, 10 to 11:30. We're having a QPR class. And then again on the 18th, we're having another QPR class. And I would urge people that are listening to consider those classes in the future. So please listen up to the proclamation. Suicide is one of the most disruptive and tragic events a family and a community can experience. With more than 1,100 lives lost in Tennessee each year and an estimated 25 attempted suicide for each suicide death. Whereas public awareness of this tragic problem is the key to preventing further suffering and loss of life, and the risk for human destruction can be reduced through awareness, education, and treatment. And whereas suicidal thoughts can affect anyone regardless of age, gender, race, orientation, income level, religion, or background, and whereas organizations like the National Alliance on Mental Illness and National Suicide Prevention Lifeline 988 work to help individuals in crisis and provides resources to shed light on this highly stigmatized topic. And whereas among the many resources available, QPR training, which stands for Question, Persuade, and Refer, is also a known method for citizens to learn how to help someone in crisis. Excuse me. Whereas we encourage all Tennesseans to take the time to inquire as to the well-being of their family, friends, and to genuinely convey their appreciation for their existence by any gesture they deem appropriate. A simple phone call, a message, a handshake, or a hug can go a long way towards helping someone realize that suicide is not the answer. Now, therefore, I, Dr. Ken Moore, Mayor of the City of Franklin, hereby proclaim September 2023 as Suicide Prevention Awareness Month in the city and urge all citizens to work to prevent suicide, raise awareness, and tolerance among all people affected by this tragedy. Given that, are there any special recognitions or miscellaneous reports as I go back up to the dais?
I would just like to recognize something. Our own Angie Johnson just got married. I'd like us all to clap.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Angie.
Well, congratulations. Okay, we're ready for the consent agenda. And all items on the consent agenda are deemed to be non-controversial and routine in nature by the governing body, and they'll be approved as recommended by committee or staff by one motion. The items on the consent agenda will not be discussed. We're looking at items 18 through 23. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second?
And second by Alderman Brown. Any discussion? Ready to vote, Vice Mayor?
Yes.
Alderman Peterson?
Yes.
Alderman Berger?
Yes.
Alderman Brown?
Yes.
Alderman Potts?
Yes.
Alderman Baggett?
Yes.
Passes unanimously. We'll now go to item number 3. This is a public hearing, consideration ordinance 2023-29, an ordinance to rezone 0.10 acres from residential R6 district to Planned PD 20 district for the property located south of Mount Hope Street and west of 9th Avenue North at 611 Mount Hope Street. Amy?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. The applicant is requesting to rezone the property and associated development plan. The PUD proposes one duplex building for a total of 2 residential units. Envision Franklin places this parcel in the compact residential design concept, which is specific to the Natchez and Hard Bargain historic neighborhoods. For compact residential, Envision Franklin states, infill and redevelopment should be contextually compatible and composed of primarily single-family cottages with limited new duplexes, live-work units, and accessory dwellings. The infill development and limited number of new units is in accordance with the recommendations of Envision Franklin. Planning Commission recommended approval, and staff recommends approval of ordinance 2023-29. Thank you.
Are there any public comments? Seeing none, I will close the public hearing and entertain a motion.
I move to approve?
Thank you,
Second.
Seconded by Alderman Berger. Any discussion? Ready to vote? Vice Mayor?
Yes.
Alderman Peterson?
Yes.
Alderman Berger?
Yes.
Alderman Brown?
Yes.
Alderman Potts?
Yes.
Alderman Baggett?
Yes.
Passes unanimously. Item number 4, this is a public hearing, consideration of resolution 2023-50, a resolution approving a development plan for 611 Mount Hope PUD subdivision with one modification of the development standard parking for the property located south of Mount Hope Street and west of 9th Avenue North, located at 611 Mount Hope Street. Amy?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. As previously stated, the PUD proposes one duplex building for a total of 2 residential units. The development plan as proposed is consistent with the recommendations of Envision Franklin for unit type, setbacks, and character. The applicant has included 2 modification of standards requests. However, after further review, staff has determined that the second MOS request for building height is not necessary, and that what is being proposed meets Envision Franklin as well as the zoning ordinance. In terms of the modification of standards, the applicant has submitted a request for a reduction in the required parking for 3-bedroom residential units from 3 parking spaces to 2.5 parking spaces. Due to the limited space on the property and the availability of on-street parking nearby, the request can be supported by staff. Planning Commission recommended approval of this MOS, as does staff. Planning Commission recommended approval of Resolution 2023-50 with conditions, as does staff.
Is there anyone who wants to speak to this item? Seeing none, the public hearing is closed. I would ask for a motion to approve, and then we'll also ask for a motion to approve the modification standard, and then we will approve the entire motion.
Move to approve?
3 good roll calls.
Second.
Appropriate motion second. Any discussion? Ready to move on to the modification standard 1 as far as parking?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Seconded by Alderman Potts. So we'll first vote on, unless there's further discussion, we'll vote on modification of standard 1. Vice Mayor?
Yes.
Alderman Peterson?
Yes.
Alderman Berger?
Yes.
Alderman Brown?
Yes.
Alderman Potts?
Yes.
Alderman Baggett?
Yes.
Passes unanimously. We'll now go back to the original motion with the modification of standard. You ready to vote? Vice Mayor?
Yes.
Alderman Peterson?
Yes.
Alderman Berger?
Yes.
Alderman Brown?
Yes.
Alderman Potts?
Yes.
Alderman Baggett?
Yes.
Passes unanimously. We'll now go to item 5, is a public hearing for ordinance 2023-22 to rezone 2.906 acres And we'll stop the caption there because the applicant is asked to have it withdrawn. So we'll not be considering any other action or discussion at this in this time. Likewise, on item 6, which is a public hearing for Resolution 2023-42, approving the development plan for the same property, the applicant has asked it to be withdrawn, so we will not have any further action on it. So we continue to item 7, which is a public hearing, consideration resolution 2023-51.
Don't they need to act?
Approving a revised.
Mr. Mayor, Mr. Mayor, I believe you need to act to withdraw the item. You can't just, I think you need to act to withdraw and defer.
I don't think it's a deferral.
Yeah, we need a date.
Withdrawn.
It's totally withdrawn?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I thought they were deferring. Okay, I'm sorry.
No,
My
totally
bad.
withdrawn.
Sorry. Okay, okay.
Okay, we're good?
Sorry, yes.
Okay, no problem. So we'll go back to item 7, which is a revised development plan for West Haven PUD subdivision for the property located south of Highway 96 West and west of Boyd Mill Pike.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. The purpose of this proposed revision of the West Haven PUD subdivision development plan is to increase the height allowances to 5 stories for the proposed independent living facility located in the Jewel property area and remove the road connection from the Jewel property area to New Highway 96 West. The request to allow 5 stories would better align with what is allowed within the West Haven pattern book today. The request to remove the road connection to New Highway 96 West is to accommodate a stream and wetland on the north side of the property. The city would not support roadway construction impacts to this feature, and the traffic impact analysis had very minimal trips projected at this connection. The developer has provided a memo update to the TIA, and there were no significant impacts to the original recommendations. There are no proposed changes to the total number of dwelling units or to the commercial square footage. This development plan revision is consistent with Envision Franklin and maintains the vision of the original concept for the West Haven development. The Planning Commission supported this by a vote of 8-1. Along with staff, we recommend that the Board of Mayor and Aldermen approve Resolution 20-23-51. Thank you.
Okay, Ben Crenshaw is here representing the applicant.
Mr. Mayor, Board, Ben Crenshaw with Southern Land Company. The staff's report is complete, and I'm here to answer any questions.
Any questions for Mr. Crenshaw? I'll close the public hearing.
I actually do have one, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, go ahead.
Mr. Crenshaw, could you just speak as we're all looking at the map here? And thank you for providing the additional details. Could you just speak to height of adjacent structures within the immediate perimeter of the property and then in the close proximity?
So as we're looking at the map here, what we're concentrating on is the eastern portion inside of Mac Hatcher. It's the sort of the bottom right-hand corner of the intersection of Mac Hatcher and Highway 96. It's what was known as the Jewel property. So in that immediate context, we are asking for, what was originally approved in the revision 5 of the concept plan was 4 stories for the multifamily structure that we're planning to build. We're asking to go to 5 stories, just as basically as a correction to the plan. And that, as Amy said, that's allowed within our zoning, our pattern book. Immediately adjacent to that, we only have one structure that's going to be 5 stories. Then it will step down to 4 stories and 3 stories within the condominiums and townhomes that are directly adjacent on the Jewel property. On the other side of Mac Hatcher, within West Haven, we're allowed 5 stories as well. We're only going to be going 4 stories and then stepping down to 3 stories and 2 stories as you get down to Front Street. So we are taking into consideration, this is not going to be a building that's just going to be standing alone among 2-story, single-family homes around it. We're really taking a kind of the consideration of the stepping and it really of the step back from Mac Hatcher and of Highway 96 to kind of provide that sort of gentle transition into what is the main body of West Haven.
Thank you, sir.
We'll close the public hearing, entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Thank you, Alderman Berger, for the second. Any discussion? Let's vote. Vice Mayor?
Yes.
Alderman Peterson?
Yes.
Alderman Berger?
Yes.
Alderman Brown?
Yes.
Alderman Potts?
Yes.
Alderman Baggett?
Yes.
Passes unanimously. Item number 8.
Thank you all.
Thank you, Ben. Public hearing, consideration resolution 2023-49, adopting a plan of services for the annexation of property located south of the intersection of Peytonville Road and Pratt Lane, outside of the southeastern part of the Franklin urban growth boundary by the city of Franklin, Tennessee.
Here I am again. The city has received an annexation request for a property in the Goose Creek Basin that is located outside of the urban growth boundary, located south of the intersection of Paytonsville Road and Pratt Lane. The plan of services outlines how the city will serve the property should it be annexed and gives any considerations for future development. The property is served by the Mill Crofton Water District. Development of the property will require extension of the sanitary sewer main. Access to the property shall be provided from Pratt Lane. As the property develops, street improvements may be required. No additional manpower or equipment will be necessary for either fire, police protection, or sanitation. Since this property lies outside of the urban growth boundary, the long-range city plans will need to be updated prior to future rezonings and development plans. The Planning Commission, by a vote of 7-0, along with staff, recommends that the Board of Mayor and Aldermen approve Resolution 2023-49.
Okay, does anyone want to speak to this body? If not, I'm going to close the public hearing and entertain a motion.
So moved.
Thank you, Alderman
Potts.
Potts, and then second of Alderman Brown. Any discussion?
Mr. Mayor, I will speak to this. I did meet with the property owners in this area, as this is just south of Ward 3. And I'm really pleased with the direction and the vision that these property owners have. And I'm glad to see that this has come before us now, and it has my full support as we move forward.
Thank you. Any other comments or discussion?
Is this in our new urban, would this be in the new urban growth boundary that we're drawing?
Yes, this would be, and this is going to be subject to a referendum in the October election. But it is in the anticipated update as well.
Okay.
Yeah, but they chose to move forward with the referendum.
Okay, Vice Mayor, how do you vote?
Yes.
Alderman Peterson.
Yes.
Alderman Berger.
Yes.
Alderman Brown.
Yes.
Alderman Potts.
Yes.
And Alderman Baggett.
Yes.
Passes unanimously. Next item is, this is a public hearing, consideration resolution 2023-48, requesting a referendum for the annexation of property located south of the intersection of Paytonsville Road and Pratt Lane and outside of the southeastern part of the Franklin urban growth boundary.
Yes, thank you. As Mr. Stuckey just alluded to, the annexation of 4436 Pratt Lane cannot occur until a referendum has been held, where a majority of the property owners requesting annexation vote to have their property annexed by the city of Franklin. This resolution authorized the request to the Williamson County Election Commission to hold a referendum on October 24th, 2023, in conjunction with the City of Franklin municipal election. The subject property is within close proximity to other parcels that were annexed into the city limits over the last several years and partially fills in a donut hole created by past annexations. The Planning Commission, by a vote of 7-0, along with staff, recommends that the Board of Mayor and Aldermen approve Resolution 2023-48.
Does anyone want to speak to this issue? If not, we're going to close the public hearing. Entertain a motion.
So moved.
Thank you, Alderman Potts. Second?
Second.
Alderman Brown. Any discussion? Ready to vote? Vice Mayor?
Yes.
Alderman Peterson?
Yes.
Alderman Berger?
Yes.
Alderman Brown?
Yes.
Alderman Potts?
Yes.
Alderman Baggett?
Yes.
Passes unanimously. Item 10 is ordinance 2023-24, an ordinance to zone 5-acre estate residential district for the property located south of the intersection of Paytonsville Road and Pratt Lane at 4436 Pratt Lane.
Thank you. The applicant is requesting to zone 4436 Pratt Lane to estate residential should the plan of services annexation be approved by BOMA and the referendum for annexation pass. The planning and zoning jurisdiction of the city will extend to the annexed area on or after the effective date of annexation. Upon annexation, the Planning Commission will amend Envision Franklin to include these parcels into the document, including assigning design concepts for each parcel, the singular parcel. The proposed zoning of estate residential is appropriate for the existing land use and is consistent with the zoning of the surrounding properties that were recently annexed into the city. No corresponding site plan or development plan for the property has been submitted at this time. The Planning Commission, by a vote of 7-0, along with staff, recommends that the Board of Mayor and Aldermen approve ordinance 2023-24.
Is there anyone who wants to speak to this item? I'm going to close the public hearing, entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Second by Alderman Berger. Any discussion? Ready to vote? Vice Mayor?
Yes.
Alderman Peterson?
Yes.
Alderman Berger?
Yes.
Alderman Brown?
Yes.
Alderman Potts?
Yes.
Alderman Baggett?
Yes.
Passes unanimously. Item 11 is consideration ordinance 2022-18, an ordinance to amend the City of Franklin Municipal Code Title 20, Chapter 2, Alarm Systems, Burglary, Holdup, Panic, and to amend Appendix A, Chapter 20, Miscellaneous. Do we need to have an effective date of January 1st?
Exactly, yeah.
2020?
That's why we kept this on old business, because we do want to ask you to amend it to have an effective date of January 1. That allows us to ramp up and do some communication with our permit holders.
I actually have two amendments that were in the memo for you guys. And as we were talking, we would like to have it at 3 readings, so this will just be the second of 3. I was just talking to Christine about that. So Eric is right. January 1, 2024 is a motion that I'll need you to make. But the second is to delete, comma, and upon inspection and approval by the police department in section 20-2008 BII. And that's because the police department doesn't actually go out and inspect, and we don't need it to say that we're doing that. A letter from the alarm company would suffice.
Okay. My computer is not going to open up quick enough.
Yep.
So I would look for a motion to mirror
All right.
exactly what,
I'll make a motion as read by the city attorney.
Effective
sounds-
date and the deletion of that one section.
Yep, that sounds great. A motion to approve with those 2 amendments.
Correct.
That sounds
Motion
great.
approved with those 2 amendments as read by the city attorney.
Seconded.
perfect. Any discussion? Everybody clear? Ready to vote? Vice Mayor?
Yes.
Alderman Peterson?
Yes.
Alderman Berger?
Yes.
Alderman Brown?
Yes.
Alderman Potts?
Yes.
Alderman Baggett?
Yes.
Passes unanimously. Item 12 is ordinance 2023-31, an ordinance to rezone 104.07 acres from Civic Institutional District to Plan PD 2007-500 district for the property located south of Mac Hatcher Memorial Parkway, west of Daniel McMahon Drive. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Second by the Vice Mayor. Any discussion? Ready to vote? Vice Mayor?
Yes.
Alderman Peterson?
Yes.
Alderman Berger?
Yes.
Alderman Brown?
Yes.
Alderman Potts?
Yes.
Alderman Baggett?
Yes.
Passes unanimously. Item 13 is ordinance 2023-28, an ordinance to rezone 7.88 acres from Civic Institutional to Residential R4 District for the property located south of Battle Avenue and west of Cannon Street, currently addressed as 1406 Cannon Street, 319 Battle Avenue, 401 Battle Avenue, and 403 Battle Avenue, establishing a public hearing on October the 10th. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. Second by Alderman Peterson. Any discussion? Ready to vote? Vice Mayor?
Yes.
Alderman Peterson?
Yes.
Alderman Berger?
Yes.
Alderman Brown?
Yes.
Alderman Potts?
Yes.
Alderman Baggett?
Yes.
Passes unanimously. Item 14 is City of Franklin Contract 2023-0186 with Cool Springs Corporate Center LLC for road impact fee reimbursement. I would ask as you consider this item that you state in your motion if you plan to add the additional $480,000+ addition to that project. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve with the additional funding added to the contract in the amount of $468,000, $468,010.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Second, Alderman Berger. Any discussion? Ready to vote? Vice Mayor?
Excuse me, we
Do
said
we need,
to incorporate this funding, the contract would need to be amended.
yeah. That's
You've
fine.
made that amendment with your motion.
With the
We'll
motion?
incorporate that in the final version.
Thank you.
Yep.
Just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Vice Mayor?
Vice Mayor votes yes.
Alderman Peterson?
Yes.
Alderman Berger?
Yes.
Alderman Brown?
Yes.
Alderman Potts?
Yes.
Alderman Baggett?
Yes.
Passes unanimously. Item 15 is contract 2023-0297, memorandum of understanding between the City of Franklin Preservation Partners and the First United Methodist Church of Franklin to purchase and transfer property related to the racetrack parcel and the Creekside properties. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve.
Seconded.
Appropriate motion, seconded
It's going to
by,
be a race.
Yeah.
made by Baggett, seconded by Brown.
Was it a motion to give the city attorney and city administrator authority?
We're going so fast.
Sorry, but we know
Thank
we're going to
you.
have changes.
There will be some modifications that
Baggett,
are.
go ahead, Baggett.
If the alderman will allow me.
Yes.
I would like to motion to approve entering into the memorandum of understanding between the City of Franklin Preservation Partners and the Franklin First United Methodist Church to purchase the property related to the racetrack parcel Creekside properties.
With the
And
granting
we
of
have,
the authority of the city
And granting
administrator.
the authority to the city administrator to continue the negotiations or to continue.
Substantially in the form of the draft that you have.
Substantially in the form of the draft you provided.
Perfect. Thank you.
I still second. With whatever he just, no, I'm just kidding, I second.
And then some,
And then
right?
some.
You guys are fun.
Yada, 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 yada.
Is there any discussion on this
And I get-
complex motion
and I
that's been
get-
made by Alderman Baggett
And I
with
get-
assistance?
I get the sippy side, y'all.
Seeing none, we're going to vote. Vice Mayor,
Yes.
Alderman Peterson,
Yes.
Alderman Berger.
Yes.
Alderman Brown.
Yes.
Alderman Potts.
Yes.
And Alderman Baggett.
Yes.
Passes unanimously. Item number 16 is consideration of City of Franklin contract number 2023-0219 between the City of Franklin, Columbia State Community College with a reimbursement of up to $81,000 in CDBG coronavirus funds and consideration of expenses incurred to prevent, prepare, and respond to coronavirus COVID-19. Is there a motion?
So move.
Second.
Second by Alderman Peterson. Any discussion? Ready to vote? Vice Mayor?
Yes.
Alderman Peterson?
Yes.
Alderman Berger?
Yes.
Alderman Brown?
Yes.
Alderman Potts?
Yes.
Alderman Baggett?
Yes.
Passes unanimously. We'll now go to item 17, special event permit for Centennial High School Homecoming Parade in Cool Springs on September 29th, 2023.
Move.
Do you have a motion
Move for approval.
on that end?
Move, there you go.
Move for approval, go Cougars.
There you go. Second. I was gonna say, he's gonna move for approval, so I'll second.
And Alderman Berger enthusiastically cheers
It's my ward.
for
Yes,
a
sir.
second on that one.
Your kid's my word.
There we go.
There you go.
Any discussion? We're going to vote then.
Discussion of CCCHS. CHS.
You're not recognized. We're going to. Vice Mayor,
Yes.
Alderman Peterson.
Yes.
Alderman Berger.
Yes.
Alderman Brown.
Yes.
Alderman Potts.
Yes.
Alderman Baggett.
Yes.
Passes unanimously. I need a motion to go into executive
Oh,
session.
so moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
We don't want to
We're in
really do out of
executive
order,
session.
do we?
I know the loyal. Loyal people. Good to know. Noted.
Loyal.
Noted.
Loyal.
I know, I knew that. I knew that. I don't know. That happens. No, I know.
Keeping the seat warm
I
out
do
there?
feel bad for him.
You guys? All right. Do we have to sit down? Let's stand up.
We need Jason because he's making the motion.
Get in here. Are we gonna give it to Patrick?
Patrick, you can read it.
No.
Are there any matters to consider from executive session? I
Yes.
recognize Alderman Potts.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Yes, sir, I'd like to make a motion, please, to settle Allingham versus the City of Franklin in the amount of $25,000.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Brown. Any discussion? Ready to vote? Vice Mayor,
Yes.
Alderman Peters.
Yes.
Alderman Berger.
Yes.
Alderman Brown.
Yes.
Alderman Potts.
Yes.
Alderman Baggett.
Yes.
Passes unanimously. Is there any other business to come before this body? If not, I would entertain
So moved.
a motion to adjourn. Thank
So
you,
moved.
Alderman Berger. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye.